The Dodgers and their fans received absolutely shocking news during what should have been one of the most exciting moments of the season. Shohei Ohtani had just launched a powerful home run, his 24th of the season, deep into right field against the Boston Red Sox. The crowd erupted. His teammates jumped to their feet. For a brief moment, it felt like the Dodgers had taken control of the game. But then everything suddenly stopped. The Red Sox coaching staff rushed forward and immediately threw out a challenge. What happened next left everyone inside the stadium completely speechless. Will Ohtani's 24th home run be allowed to stand? What did the Red Sox coaching staff see that nobody else noticed? And what shocking decision did MLB officials drop on the Dodgers that changed the entire outcome of this game? These are the questions that have now taken over every baseball conversation across the country. When Ohtani stepped into the batter's box that evening against the Red Sox, nobody could have predicted what was about to unfold. The Japanese superstar had already been at the center of attention earlier in the week after being held out of the lineup due to soreness in his left knee. Fans and reporters were anxious about his condition. Many wondered if the Dodgers were being overly cautious, or if the situation was more serious than the team was letting on. So when Ohtani's name appeared in the starting lineup that night, there was a massive wave of relief not just among Dodgers fans, but throughout the entire baseball world. He wasted no time reminding everyone why he is the most feared hitter on the planet. In the fifth inning, with the Dodgers trailing and the pressure mounting, Ohtani connected with a changeup and sent it rocketing off the bat at over 112 miles per hour. The ball screamed through the night air and sailed deep toward right field. Every single person in that stadium rose to their feet. The moment the ball cleared the fence, the Dodgers dugout exploded. Ohtani raised his fist, his teammates celebrated, and the scoreboard lit up with what appeared to be a go-ahead two-run home run, his 24th of the season. But the celebration was cut painfully short. Almost immediately after Ohtani began rounding the bases, the Red Sox bench coach jumped up and sprinted toward the umpires. He was animated, urgent, and completely convinced that something was wrong. The Red Sox had issued a formal challenge, and just like that, the entire mood inside the stadium shifted from electric excitement to tense uncertainty. Players stopped celebrating. Fans fell silent. Everyone turned their eyes to the umpires gathered near the field, waiting for an explanation that nobody saw coming. Media personnel watching from the press box were immediately on high alert. Reporters scrambled to understand what the Red Sox coaching staff had spotted. Was it a fan interference call? Had Ohtani missed a base during his home run trot? Or was there something even more unusual going on? The anxiety spread quickly from the press area into the Dodgers dugout, where manager Dave Roberts stood with his arms folded, watching the situation unfold with a very serious expression on his face. After a lengthy review that felt like an eternity for everyone watching, the umpires gathered together one final time. They consulted with the replay officials. They reviewed every possible angle of the play. And then came the announcement that stunned the entire baseball world. The umpire stepped forward, raised his hand, and delivered the verdict that nobody in the Dodgers organization wanted to hear. Ohtani's 24th home run had been officially disallowed. The ruling sent shockwaves through the stadium immediately. Dodgers fans in the crowd couldn't believe what they were hearing. Players in the dugout looked at one another in complete disbelief. And Ohtani himself, who had already completed his home run trot and returned to the dugout, stood completely still as the news sank in. After the game, manager Dave Roberts directly addressed the most talked-about question on everyone's mind. He did not hide his frustration, though he chose his words carefully. Roberts confirmed that the Red Sox coaching staff had successfully challenged the play on grounds related to a potential fan interference violation along the right field fence. According to the replay review, officials determined that a Dodgers supporter in the front row had reached over the boundary of the playing field and made contact with the baseball before it had fully cleared the fence. Under official MLB rules, this constitutes fan interference, and the home run cannot be allowed to stand. Roberts said that the moment he saw the replay himself, he understood what the officials saw, even though it was an incredibly painful decision to accept. He stated clearly that the rules of the game must be followed and that his frustration was not directed at the umpires or at MLB, but simply at the unfortunate situation itself. He emphasized that moments like this are exactly why the replay review system exists, and that ultimately the correct call was made, even though it cost his team dearly in a critical moment of the game. "It's never easy to see something like that happen to Shohei," Roberts said after the game. "He hit that ball as well as anyone can hit a baseball. The result on the field wasn't what any of us wanted, but the rules are the rules, and we have to respect that." Freddie Freeman, speaking quietly in the clubhouse after the final out, admitted that the atmosphere on the Dodgers bench changed completely the moment the challenge was thrown out. Freeman said that everyone immediately felt the tension and that very few players were even sure what the challenge was initially about. He said that watching Ohtani handle the situation with his usual quiet composure actually helped the rest of the team stay focused, even as the disallowance was announced. "Shohei didn't react the way a lot of players would have," Freeman said. "He stayed calm. He didn't argue. He just put his helmet down, sat in the dugout, and focused on the next at-bat. That tells you everything about who he is as a competitor." Mookie Betts revealed that the mood in the dugout following the ruling was one of the quietest he had experienced all season. He said that players who are normally very vocal and energetic were simply sitting in silence, processing what had just happened. Betts said that Ohtani said very little after the ruling was announced, which was actually more powerful than any outburst could have been. The entire team drew energy from his reaction and tried to match his level of focus for the remainder of the game. Sources close to the Dodgers organization say that the MLB front office later issued a formal statement confirming that the replay officials made the correct decision according to the rulebook. The statement noted that fan interference rulings are among the most difficult calls in the game, but that the evidence in this case was clear enough to overturn the initial home run call on the field. The league also confirmed that the Red Sox coaching staff had used their challenge correctly and within the rules of the game. For Ohtani, who had already dealt with the anxiety surrounding his knee injury earlier in the week, this was yet another difficult moment to navigate during what has otherwise been a remarkable season. But those who know him best say that moments like these only sharpen his focus rather than break it. He has faced adversity at every stage of his career, injuries, surgeries, controversies, and each time he has responded with his performance rather than his words. The baseball world now watches closely to see how Ohtani responds in his very next at-bat, in his very next game. Because if history has shown us anything, it is that moments of disappointment tend to fuel Shohei Ohtani rather than slow him down. His 24th home run may have been taken away by the rulebook tonight. But those who have followed his journey know with complete certainty that number 24 is coming again very soon, and when it does, there will be no controversy, no challenge, and no doubt. Thank you for watching. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Subscribe to our channel for more interesting and up-to-date coverage of everything happening in Major League Baseball.